In this tutorial, you'll learn how to use conditional logic in the RevenueHunt app. Conditional logic controls the quiz flow, determining exactly which questions, texts, or results are shown to customers based on their answers. This tutorial covers the three logic types: jump logic, skip logic, and display logic, with practical examples of each. Jump logic is used to redirect users to different questions, results pages, or external URLs based on their responses. For example, in a skincare quiz with a skin type question, different follow-up texts can be shown for each answer. Without jump logic, all follow-up texts would appear one after another. To configure jump logic, open the Conditional Logic tab, select the skin type question, and in the jump logic section, add a rule such as, if the response to question skin type is dry and tight all over, then go to the dry skin statement. Click Add another rule to add more rules that will point the user to the correct statement based on their answer. Then, update the default destination for each follow-up text so the quiz continues to the next main question, such as the skin concerns question. Once all rules are set, save the changes and preview the quiz to ensure everything works correctly. Jump logic can also route users to different results pages. Create a separate results page for each skin type in the Results Pages tab. Then, in Conditional Logic, select the last question in the quiz and set rules so that each skin type answer leads to its corresponding results page. For example, if the response to question skin type is dry, then go to the result page for dry skin. Click Add another rule to add redirections to other result pages. Save the changes and preview the quiz to test the setup. Another use case for jump logic is sending users to an external URL. For example, if a customer says that they are allergic to a specific ingredient, you can automatically send them to an info page in your store. Skip logic hides specific slides when they are not relevant, based on user responses. For example, you can show the user just one follow-up statement based on their previous answer while skipping the rest. In Conditional Logic, select a follow-up slide such as Dry Skin Advice, open Skip Logic, and set the condition. If the response to question skin type is not dry and tight all over, then this question is skipped. Repeat for each follow-up text, matching the condition to its related skin type. Save the changes and preview the quiz. Only the relevant text should be shown while others are skipped. Skip logic is also useful for multiple-choice questions. For example, in a skin concerns question that allows users to select multiple concerns such as acne, flaky skin, or wrinkles, follow-up questions can be shown only for the selected concerns. Before adding logic, arrange the follow-up questions in the same order as the choices in the skin concerns question: acne first, then flaky skin, then wrinkles, and so on. Open the Conditional Logic tab and find the first follow-up question. In the Skip Logic tab, set up the following rule. If the response to question skin concerns is not acne, then this question should be skipped. It means that if the user doesn't select acne choice as one of their concerns, this slide will be skipped. Set a similar rule for the second acne follow-up question. Repeat for flaky skin and wrinkles. Save the changes and preview the quiz. Select different concerns to check if the correct follow-up questions appear. Display logic controls which sections appear on the results page based on answers, variables, or scores. For example, a results page may have 4 sections for different skin types. We can tell it which section should be shown or hidden based on customer answers to questions in the quiz. In the dry skin section settings, under Display Logic, set the condition. If the response to question about skin type is dry and tight all over, then this section should be visible. Set the default visibility to hidden. Don't forget to set up product recommendations for this section. You can either recommend products dynamically based on choices and linked products, or use fixed recommendations. Apply similar rules for the other skin types so that only one section appears, with the others hidden. Save the changes and preview the quiz. Pick different answers and check the results page. If needed, you can add extra display rules to each section using AND or OR statements. For complex logic with many conditions, consider using display logic based on variables and scores instead. Let's learn how to add scores or variables to choices. Add a multiple-choice question to your quiz. Click on a choice to open its choice settings, then scroll to the Scores and Calculations section. You'll see a pre-made variable called Score. Adjust the number to set a custom score for that choice: positive, negative, or 0. For example, set choice 1 to score 1, choice 2 to score 2, and choice 3 to score 3. Repeat this process for other questions as needed. If you prefer to use a custom variable instead of the default score, click into the Scores and Calculations section, then use the search bar that says Search or Create Variables. Start typing the name of your new variable, such as Variable 1. Select the option to create it, and then assign it a score. You can add more than one variable to a single choice if needed. Repeat this for each choice. For example, assign variable 2 to choice 2 and variable 3 to choice 3. And add scores to each variable according to your quiz logic. Continue until all choices and questions have the variables and scores you want. Display logic can be used to show sections based on a most scored variable. For example, it can be used to build a quiz that helps users determine their skin type. Assign variables to answers in the quiz builder, such as dry +1, normal +1, and so on. Ensure that each choice has a variable and score assigned. On the results page, set up sections for different skin types. Each section should only be shown if a specific variable has the highest score at the end of a quiz. Open the section settings and add a display logic rule that says, if the variable with the highest score is dry, then this section should be visible. Add similar rules to other sections. Remember to set up a product block with recommendations in each section. Once all rules are set, save the changes and preview the quiz to ensure everything works correctly. Finally, display logic can work with score ranges. Assign numerical scores to each answer, for example 1 point for the first option, 2 points for the second, and so forth. Ensure that each choice has a score assigned. On the results page, add multiple sections and determine the final score range that will make each section appear. In this example, the display logic rule for the dry skin section is already set up. It says that if the score of the variable score is greater than or equal to number 5, And if the score of the variable score is less than or equal to number 7, then this section will be visible. Now open the normal skin type section settings and set up a similar rule for this block. Repeat the process for other blocks. Remember to set up a product block with recommendations in each section. Once all rules are set, save the changes and preview the quiz to ensure everything works correctly. That's it. You now know the different types of logic in the RevenueHunt app and how to use them to display personalized content for your customers. To learn more, visit our help center at docs.revenuehunt.com.